Welcome back to Nerd News Today. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Vinny.
And today we've got a first look at the brand new WWE Coliseum edition figures from Mattel.
Yes, this is out of their first wave, and in this wave includes Hulk Hogan and Terry Funk.
And what's really cool about this line is that it is a throwback not just to nostalgic wrestling, but also the original LJN WWF action figures.
Yes, which that was the line that created all the action figures that we have now.
Yes, it is the great grandfather of wrestling toys, and so it's really cool to see him do throwbacks to it.
Question, what came first, the LJNs or the AWA Remcos?
I think the Remcos actually beat them out by a little bit.
Yeah, but I think it was the LJNs that their popularity is what really sparked.
Yeah, because the Remcos are basically wrestling He-Man toys. That's a different video altogether, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. We may get to that one day. Who knows?
We will, yeah. So for now, though, looking at the Coliseum edition, and yeah, this came to us from Mattel Creations. So it is one of the fancier high-end items. This guy clocks in with shipping at $80 for one set.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of money.
To be fair, that is the price of two Ultimates.
It is.
So that is what we essentially got in here, two Ultimates.
Which I do want to bring up, though, because it is an interesting talking point, because this hasn't sold out yet. And that was a shock to me. And I think it's because of the higher price point, because I think wrestling collectors are a little afraid of spending that much on figures.
Fair, but then again, you figure there's only an internet campaign on this. So maybe the word hasn't got out yet to a lot of people.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
We have to see. Just looking at the packaging, I'm already happy I got mine.
Yeah, I know. I got mine too. And yeah, we're opening up yours, that's for sure. Not mine.
Oh, so. Hey, actually, I don't mind that one.
Well, let's talk packaging real quick first. And there's essentially two packagings here, because we have this right here, which is the cardboard inner box, if you will. The cardboard outer box, if you will.
I would say the cardboard storage, I would say.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yep. And it's a really nice way to store your figures.
Yeah, definitely. If you don't want to have anything happen to them or you want to avoid dust, this would definitely help protect it.
Or dusty roads.
Or dusty roads.
So yeah, we got Terry Funk on one side, illustration of him. We got illustration of
both Funk and Hogan together. At least unlike the Mega Powers, they're side by side, so there's no bottom boy here.
Yeah, definitely not.
And then we have a nice illustration of Hogan. So, and actually on the top and bottom, let's see, the top of the box has the Hogan quotes of Hulkamania is running wild, brother. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, Hulkamaniacs.
Does the bottom of the box have Terry Funk saying, you egg-sucking? Ah, it does. Okay, well.
Yes, it does.
I didn't know that. It actually says, it actually has a Terry Funk quote on the bottom. Well, damn.
Yep.
A man from the Double Cross Ranch, you're nothing but an egg-sucking dog.
There we go.
All right, that's what you wanted.
Yep, that's what I wanted to hear. Exactly, that's what the people wanted to hear.
I'm gonna open you up.
Wow, even a little detail on the flap. The nice old school WWE style logo.
Wow.
Okay, we know who the top boy is.
Of course.
Of course, it had to be the man himself, Hulk Hogan.
Let's take a look what's
now there is a divider in between, so as to protect both boxes from getting scratched or anything. Now, the front of the divider has the nice Coliseum collection background, which again is in reference to the old school packaging of the LJN style. The other side, we have the old school block logo backdrop, which actually was a nice little nod to the interview sets that they used back in the mid 80s.
Yeah, I know this is like a weird thing to say, but like this is a real nice little piece of bonus here, because like,
and it's actually not a flimsy piece of cardboard. There's some thickness to it.
Yeah, for sure. Like this is gonna be great for figure photography. This is awesome that they're throwing it in there. All right, so underneath that, what do we have? I think we know what we have, but what do we have?
We have Terry Funk. Now, wow.
This is what I was waiting for. I've been waiting for a good like old style Terry Funk, especially I didn't know if I was gonna get an Ultimate version because they did do this figure as an Elite some time ago.
Yeah, when I think Mattel first started doing figures with WWE.
And I just looked at it right now and I was gonna finish my line, but my breath was taken away because I'm like, whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. All right. Wow.
Here's another thing I think you would like to see. Now, if you notice on the packaging for both Hogan and Terry Funk, again, reminiscent of the old LJN style of figures. This was how the old LJNs were packaged. Now, granted, I was a little too young for the LJNs, but I did have an older brother who he was massive into the LJNs, and when I showed him a photo of this, immediately it brought back memories for him of his collecting days.
Yeah, it's great packaging. I mean, I love the illustrations. I love all the audience members in the background.
Yeah, but also, did you see the crowd signs that are in the background? Well, look at the signs that they have for Hogan.
Yeah, I got a Hulkamaniac, and I got someone saying, don't mess with the Hulkster, which is fun.
Which is like standard Hogan signs.
Yeah.
But look at Funk. Funk has, for one sign, forever.
Forever. Forever.
Which you would know as a reference to his Japanese days of his first retirement out of how many?
First retirement 1983, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So there was that little reference.
First of several dozen.
And now the second sign.
Terry, how's your horse? Wow. Wow. PETA should not find out about these toys.
He was supposed to be part of the Survivor Series 93 match with Bret Hart, but when he heard what the angle was going to be, he basically bailed on the WWE
Oh, yeah.
and used as his excuse, I have to get back to my ranch. My horse is sick. The
Amazing.
next time he sees Vince McMahon, Vince's first question, hey Terry, how's your horse? That is awesome.
Wow. I mean, they're both pretty great. And we got to take a look at the back also, because the backs are really nice as well. Again, just throwing back the
reminiscent-
originals.
Yeah. And you have a little bio card too, which I like for both wrestlers.
Oh, yeah, that thrills me to no end, because I'm always complaining about how toys don't have BIOS, and I think that they should. So I'm very happy to see BIOS on these figures.
Yeah. And then back to the original cardboard box that we have. Even the inside of the box is nice, detailed with a nice full crowd, which again, which is great for photography.
This would be kind of nice even to get autographed if you want to keep your guys safe, like, get Hogan on one side, Funk on the other.
That would be a great idea.
Yeah, this is a great display piece.
And also, when you open it up, you have a little insert that says Hulk Hogan versus Terry Funk.
Wow. Okay, they went all out for this. Just the boxes alone, they went all out for.
No, they did. You know what? I know it's an $80 price point with shipping, but we've already exceeded the value of it. So
It's pretty great.
So just from packaging alone, you've definitely got your money's worth.
Well, let's go ahead now, I guess, and see if the figures are worth it, because we got to take them out of the box, don't we?
Yep. So now it's time to take these out of the box and into the ring.
All right, so here's our Coliseum edition Terry Funk and Hulk Hogan figures. Wow. I don't have words. These are really great.
Yep. No. Taking these out of the box, you're now really starting to appreciate the level of detail they put into these figures.
It's not just that, too. It's just like Mattel has been, over time, improving a lot of different things. And I will say the last few years, I've been a little up and down with what they've been doing with the 3D painting and some of that kind of stuff. But these head sculpts look wonderful. The printing job of them is great.
Oh, yeah.
And the painting job as well. That's what took me away, because I was looking at, I guess we'll go into likeness first. I'm going to take off Terry's hat for a second. The beard is what got me, because beards have been a problem with Mattel figures for a long time.
Yes.
Especially
they can never
beards.
get it painted right or molded correctly.
Exactly. And I can get it for a big Kofi beard. Those are tough to do. But stubble even, or even like a Seth Rollins, they'd have issues with. But this Terry Funk is perfect. They nailed that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is stellar
Yeah,
job.
that is definitely mid-80s Terry right there.
And I'll even add on to that too, the hair. I mean, I don't remember what they used for the hair of this figure when they did the Elite, but this hair is so wavy and greasy looking. Like, this is what Bret Hart's hair should start looking like.
Yes.
And same for Seth
'Cause
Rollins.
I was not a big fan of the last few Bret Hart hair sculpts.
No, but if they're going to do it like this, and I hope that they do start doing it this way, this is a great amount of detail. This is how it
Yes.
should be looking. So this is like the prototype right here.
And then looking at the Hogan, now again, we've actually had all these. We'll get into the rest of the head sculpts too in a little bit. We got this exact same Hogan head sculpt with the Ultimate Edition Hogan from WrestleMania 1 that we got.
Yeah, no new ground here, unfortunately, for that.
Yeah.
But it does look still really good. I mean, the paint job there as well is really good. I mean, even his pupils are painted in there, and they look very sharp and clean.
So no, it's
This is totally a premium item.
100% a premium item. If you happen to have missed out on that Ultimate Hogan from WrestleMania 1, this would definitely be a great substitute for that.
And also, by the way, just so we mentioned the head sculpt too, this is a very hairy Hogan, because he's got a lot
Yes.
more hair on top of his head as opposed to later Hogans that don't.
Yes, we did do a review on Mega Powers Hogan. You can definitely tell the difference between hair sculpts on the Hogan.
Now, to me, though, I think what's most important about these two figures is their outfits, and this also is a knockout job. And this is really why I wanted this Terry Funk in particular. Like, the Hogan's awesome, we'll get to him, but I wanted to spend some time talking about Terry first.
Yes.
Because we haven't gotten a lot of Terrys, and we're not going to get a lot of Terrys.
No.
And this outfit, I mean, the cowboy hat, the little poncho, the leggings,
chaps.
the chaps, yeah, this is crazy. This is great.
Now, I believe they did come out with this years ago, the same exact attire,
They did, yep.
but a lot less detail.
Yes, a lot less detailed, and plus, getting that figure is going to cost you a lot of money. I mean, there's two versions of it. There is the original version, and then there was like a Hall of Fame edition of it, which is a little bit cheaper, and that's good. But I mean, this one is better to me because for me as a loose collector, especially, this has got the superior articulation.
Superior articulation. Looks more complete to me.
Better paint job, also better sculpting detail.
Yeah. So, just upon first vision of this, it is just mind blowing.
Yeah, this is the ultimate Terry Funk. That's it, bar none. Like, you're never gonna beat this Terry Funk.
No, the only way they could beat this Terry Funk if then they do ECW Terry Funk in Ultimate Edition.
That's true, and I actually happen to have my ECW Terry Funk right here from '97. And
again, you could tell the difference in the face sculpt is night and day.
Really is. The paint job, same thing. This is a fun one too, and it'd be fun to get this with like the proper Funk U shirt, maybe a ladder as well, and
maybe a ladder and the proper ECW title from that time period.
So it's not impossible, but really, if you want like the classic signature Terry Funk that we all know and love, I mean, this is it. Like, they're never gonna top this in my opinion.
Not at all. Because I don't think they'll ever go to a even younger Terry Funk. Because he wasn't in the WWF at that time. Now let's move on to Hogan. The Hogan that we're getting with this one is the LJN version of Hulk Hogan. There was a version of that Hulk Hogan with the white t-shirt, red trunks, and the white knee pads and boots. So actually, this is a callback to those old LJN figures, similar to what we're getting with Terry. Terry's a little bit off compared to the old LJN figures. But now the big selling point with this Hogan is his belt that he came with. For everybody who doesn't know, this was based off his old big green belt that he first won against the Iron Sheik.
That's one of my favorite belt designs as well. And when I first saw this figure announced and I saw that, I was drooling over it just for the belt. Because, I don't really need more Hogans, but I want that big green belt. But then on the day where it came to actually ordering it, I noticed it's not green. And I was very disappointed. And I was like, maybe just the photos, but no, it's very clearly black. So the Mattel designers popped up a little bit later on that day that I think the figure came out, and they basically explained what happened with it. And that's that they couldn't get the rights to the belt.
So because of that, they had to retool the belt in a way that it is reminiscent of the big green, but they were not getting trouble for their rights. Now, another thing though, which people don't, which again, what is this collection? A callback to the old LJNs. When this Hogan came out, the belt that came with that LJN was this exact belt that we're getting right now.
So while it might not be historically accurate, it is toy accurate.
Yes. So, and they did mention, I believe his name is Steve, he did mention in that video that we are possibly going to get this belt again. Now, another neat thing with this figure, he also comes with his crucifix. Now, that was not part of the figure of the LJN style. However, that does match Hulk Hogan of that style. I mean, of that time period. Him having the crucifix is a very nice touch, and as we all know, later on that crucifix actually played a big part in a storyline with Andre the Giant.
Yes, it did. And there is an Andre the Giant coming out in Elite Series 100 that actually has the broken crucifix.
Oh! I thought it was only the belt that he was getting, that he was supposedly going to win.
No, he actually has the broken crucifix too, so you could now do the entire thing in figure photography.
Wow, now that is a nice touch.
But that's a review for another day. But as far as the outfit goes, also, soft goods top for Hogan, and it's the same kind of top that he's been getting with all of his other releases, which is kind of where you can just basically expose his chest and do the classic chest ring pose if you want to do that. And there we go. Probably have to take the belt off at some point to do the whole thing, but you can get a little bit of the rip going on.
You can leave the belt on, but...
You can get a little bit of the rip so you guys can see. So I will notice, as you saw, he has a headband. That's been popping off a lot, so that's a little odd.
Yeah, it's a little odd because I do not think... Well, you can slip it
slits.
in.
Yeah, he does have little slits in his hair.
But it's very...
Yeah, it's not like...
It's very loose.
Like, I'm gonna bring in a recent Survivor Series Hogan that I reviewed, I think a year ago, in fact. And this one over here does have the headband, and he has actual slits in the sides of the headband to fit into his hair. Whereas this Hogan, he does have it, but it's not quite as deep, maybe, or not really, I don't know if it's engineered the same way.
No,
it's sitting in there, but it's not quite as tight.
It's to make the hair flow a lot better.
Yeah, that is true.
The problem with the Survivor Series Hogan is if you take that headband off, he has 2 giant holes on the side of his head.
Yeah, so there is reason and rationale behind it.
Now, one note that the belt that Hogan has, if you do need to be more belt accurate.
Well, lucky for me, I have a fix to this, and that would be this beautiful bad boy right here. This was made by Forbidden Figurines. It's the actual big green belt. It was 3D printed, and it is gorgeous and amazing. And we're going to put it on him, I think, a little bit later on. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, you will not be able to get this one anymore because Forbidden Figurines is, at the moment, closing her doors. But there are other people who 3D print belts out there, so if you do some research, you could probably find another 3D printer to pick this up. Maybe you can get this on a figure trading board somewhere as well. But yeah, basically, for the time being, if you're going to want a better, more authentic look for your figures, you're going to have to do some serious hunting. But it is worth it.
Now, also another note with the belt, if you want to make this Hogan more time period accurate, because we did happen to watch the match between Hulk Hogan and Terry Funk from Saturday night's main event on January 4th, 1986.
You ex-sucking dog.
Hogan was actually wearing the same belt that he wore for WrestleMania 3, which we did happen to get that belt during his Defining Moments figure release.
And that was unfortunately the only way to get that belt as of now, and probably will still be the only way to ever get that belt, so that's making him a very sought-after figure. It's such a powerful belt, it knocked Hogan down. That is the might of this Hogan 86 championship.
Yes, because that was, again, that is the typical belt that we associated Hulk Hogan with.
Yeah.
Before the Winged Eagle.
So very much worth it. So that's if you want to get this more historically accurate. But if you just want it for the toy's sake to be like an LJN figure, you're already good to go.
Here's one other thing. When we were doing the packaging, if you noticed, as I'm about to knock down everything Matt owns, they came with these little name boxes. Now, everybody would think, okay, where's the accessories for the Ultimate? Guess what? Open these up.
There's your accessories.
You have everything. You have 3 extra set of hands for Hulk Hogan, and 2 extra head sculpts, and 2 extra set of hands for Terry Funk, and 2 other head sculpts that are a lot more animated.
And luckily, they're already wearing their entrance outfits, so that's cool. So I feel like we should probably take their entrance outfits off maybe and swap some heads and see how that looks.
Let's see.
So here's the guys now out of their entrance gear, and we did a quick swap of some heads and hands also to show you guys how they're going to look.
So, I like the Terry Funk with the old bull horns.
So I want to tell you guys also, one of the nice things about this is how it was packaged, which is like this right here, as we showed you guys earlier. And, you know, I've been complaining a lot with AEW figures in particular, because I've had a real tough time getting them out of the packaging. Like, it's a nightmare to get their hands out. The Elites that WWE does, and really any figures that WWE's doing, it's not an issue. But this right here was like one of the easiest things ever, actually. And they're also very secure once they're actually in there, but that was super easy. Very nice.
That's the thing with Mattel's packaging in general. They're very collector-friendly when you go into the Elite and Ultimate lines.
Yes, which is a great thing about them. But yeah, awesome hands. I mean, you can get Hogan in the right pose. This is so cool. Yeah, I love this more and more as I look at it. So yeah, if you got a few different hand options here, which are great. We have a few other heads also. So just so you guys can see, this is the other head that Terry comes with, which is like a grinning teeth version, which I like this one a lot too.
And with Hogan, we have a nice snarling Hogan head sculpt.
They both look really good. These are good Hogan sculpts.
So
I know they're old news, but I mean, they just look good. It's nice to see
they do. It's like I said, if you missed out on that Ultimate Hogan from WrestleMania 1, this is definitely a good substitute.
And you know,
actually, it's funny, they're wearing the same trunks.
They are. I was just gonna say, yeah, they're wearing the same trunk color, but I mean, they have different body types. Which is really cool.
But different body types, which is great. Hogan was the more thicker body type.
For sure.
You have Terry with the...
It's about as flabby as it's going to get with this line. He was a little bit flabbier this time, if you want to say. It wasn't as defined. But this is still close enough.
Now, my question is, because I know the Ultimates are going to have a different leg articulation. Do these have it?
You mean the kind that allows them to do... No, it looks like not yet.
Okay, so...
They do have the butterfly joints in the shoulders, though. I'm not going to go too deep into articulation.
No.
It's basically
the same.
We've seen it before.
Yeah, if you've seen one Ultimate, it's the same.
And since there's nothing really hindering them, they have full range of motion, so it's not worth diving into.
No, which is great for photography purposes, if you want to do still shots.
I do want to point out something kind of fun, though, about Terry's knee pads. You can see he actually has, like, the pad, but he also has, like, that little sleeve
the knee sleeves, yes.
Yeah, which is fun that that's painted on there. So I like that. You know, it's worth noting, since we did watch it before we did this review, The Saturday Night's main event match these two guys had, Hogan was wearing blue, not this outfit.
Yeah, he was wearing blue with red knee pads and blue boots, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So, but here's the thing. This was not meant to be match accurate. This was meant to be more toy accurate. But vice versa, if you want to look at toy accuracy on Funk's chaps, he wore green chaps.
Yep.
For his LJN figure and did not have a poncho on.
So there might be some chronological confusion with these toys here and there, but it's really not a big deal to me. I'm quite happy with how they look and what they've done with them.
No, because with the job that they did on both of them, it's just like, wow.
Yeah, these are top-notch figures.
From top to bottom, from packaging, from detailing, from everything that we got with it. There's nothing to separate them. They did an amazing job. Yes, I know $80 is a pretty steep price point, but looking at these, it is well worth it. If they would have sold this for $100, I still would have bought them.
I don't know about that far, but I mean, to be fair, people paid like $60 for that Mattel Creations Cody Rhodes, so I could see them doing it for this much, but hope that they don't.
Yeah, but we already know too, this isn't the end.
No, we are very happy to say that if you don't know, there are more on the way. Steve from Mattel also announced that coming up next, the next 2-pack, which will be available in March, is going to be Rick Rude and Jake the Snake.
Which those are two figures that I've been waiting now to do Ultimate Editions on.
Yeah, same here. So I'm pretty happy with those, and we'll be getting those when they come out as well.
Yeah, no, those are definitely already on our must-buy list.
So, I will say, if you haven't ordered these figures yet, and you are a serious wrestling figure collector, you got to get them, and get them while you can, because they are eventually going to be taken off Mattel Creations. Mm-hmm. So, they didn't sell out first day, which is awesome for us now if you missed out the first time. And I'm hoping now, after watching this video, you are going to want to pick them up.
Yeah, and think of it this way. The more they sell out, the more of a chance that we're going to see more of these down the line.
Yeah, and I definitely want to see more of them, because this is kind of like the figures I've been waiting for now.
So, yeah, and who knows? Maybe one wave will be a tag team. We may possibly get the British Bulldogs.
I mean, we already have a tag team video. What are you talking about? You have the Hogan clone army here ready to take on Terry Funk.
Oh, no.
They're back, Jack.
Whoa.
We're back, Jack.
Terry this time has backup. Middle-aged and crazy.
That is definitely a description of Terry Funk. Well, it looks like Terry's going to be having a rough day back at the ranch. And by the way, since we didn't really mention it yet, we should just mention again, he's got the branding iron. Yeah. Which you guys already saw, but it's beautiful. Wonderful accessory. These are perfect figures. That's all we need to say here.
Let's put it this way. There is no Terry Funk that will top this one.
Never.
Hogan at this point, I hope they don't come out with another one because they may end up making us buy that as well.
Yeah, I'm tired of buying Hogans here.
But they're all so freaking good.
They really are. But as for this, get them while you can. Like we said, Mattel Creations is the place to find them. Don't go to eBay because you don't need to yet. So until next time, I'm Matthew.
And I'm Vinny.
This has been Nerd News Today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys forever. Forever.